Welcome to Channel Japan. I'm Maki Arai.
And I'm Makiko Tsuda.
Every week we bring you the freshest information out of Japan right here from our studio in Tokyo.
From the economy, culture and even foods, if you want to find out what's happening in Japan right now, this is where you'll find it.
Channel Japan Ranking.
First up is Channel Japan Ranking, in which we rank the hottest products and services in the country. Today's theme is domestic labor in modern-day Japanese society. So traditionally here in Japan, men worked outside the home while women took care of the house. But recently, things have been changing.
Yes, that's definitely the case. Now, up until the mid-1990s, there were fewer double-income households and more traditional homes where the husbands would work while the wives would take care of the home. And now the tables have completely turned and there are more double-income families. So that means it's become extremely difficult for the wives to take care of the home alone while they have to work and spend less time at home.
Yes, which is perhaps why more husbands are sharing household responsibilities and also why more families are utilizing housekeeping services. By the way, there's a wide variety of household responsibilities such as cleaning, doing the laundry, and cooking, but which chore is actually the largest burden?
Well, interestingly, there's a survey carried out, and according to the ranking of chores that men and women between the ages of 20 and 49 felt the most burdensome, the top two were about meals. The first and second place ranked cooking and cleaning up after a meal.
The top two are both about meals. Well, I guess people can eat out for lunch, but preparing breakfast before going to work and cooking dinner after work is demanding. And eating out all the time would get costly too, so I see how meals would be a huge concern.
I can't agree more. And that is probably why services relieving people of such chores are now drawing a lot of attention. And one such service is provided by convenience stores, which have obviously become an indispensable part of our lives.
Actually, I thought convenience stores sold foods such as microwavable lunch boxes targeting people who live alone, but so there's been a shift in the trend.
You could say that, because recently the target has shifted to families, and now convenience stores are now, putting more effort into osozai or deli foods, which can be served as side dishes at home. And today we show you this new market trend.
Well, let's take a look.
This is a delicatessen store in Tokyo. When dinner time approaches, customers come here to buy dinner. Deli food, freshly prepared, is a great help for working people.
仕事もしてるんで、ちょっと遅くなっちゃった時とか。子供が2人いて、やっぱり仕事もしてるので。
Recently, there has been a greater variety of deli foods to choose from. In addition, as the times change with more women working, society aging and so on, the delicatessen market is growing rapidly. The market is growing year by year, and it has now reached a huge figure of 85 billion US dollars. Major convenience stores are paying close attention to this market trend. This week we look behind the scenes of deli food at convenience stores. The current leading giant of the convenience store industry is 7-Eleven. What the company is working on now is enhancing the deli section of their stores, which has gained popularity.
自分が作るより美味しいです。
ここが好きで、はるか向こうから来るのここのお店まで。あ、そうなんですか。
Out of the 60 dishes available, here are the top 3. Number 3, simmered potatoes and meat, a popular comfort food, made here with a seaweed soup stock. Number 2, hamburger steak, a juicy mixture of ground beef and Berkshire pork. And at number 1 is potato salad, a mega hit product of which 15 million are sold annually. This calculates to one sold every 2 seconds. Why is it selling so well? We came to Asahikawa City, Hokkaido Prefecture in northern Japan to find out their secrets. This factory makes the potato salad. We were told that the factory has 3 secrets for making the potato salad delicious. The factory manager first took us to a storehouse right by the factory. When the shutter opened, it revealed a room full of potatoes. The crates were stacked 20 meters high, with a total weight of 700 metric tons. These fresh potatoes were taken to the storehouse immediately after harvest. The first secret lies in the storehouse that stockpiles the potatoes.
30日以上ですね、この、低温の倉庫で寝かせまして、十分に甘みを引き出してから、工場で使うと。
The exact temperature is a trade secret, but the storehouse is kept at around 0 degrees Celsius all year round. The potatoes are said to experience winter in here, so to speak.
そうすると春に向かって芽を出そうというエネルギーに変わっていきますので、じゃがいものでんぷんがだんだん糖に変わっていくっていうイメージをしていただければ。
The potatoes are used only after they have sweetened. This is the first secret for making the potato salad. We entered the manufacturing plant to seek the second secret. The potatoes, still covered in dirt, are first washed in a specially built machine. Next, they are put into a peeling machine called a steam peeler. It's a high-end peeler that spews out steam on the potatoes and peels the skin off very thinly. Here's the peel that had just come out of the steam peeler. It is quite thin. This thin peeling is key.
じゃがいもの一番おいしいところっていうのは皮のすぐ下に凝縮されています。で本来家庭用の皮むき器とかで剥いてしまった時っていうのはそこを実は削ぎ落としてしまっているんですね。
The kind of peelers used in normal households end up removing the most delicious part of potatoes. We measured the thickness of the peel from a home-use peeler. It was 1.96 millimeters. The peel of the steam peeler, on the other hand, was an amazing 0.153 millimeters. That's less than 1/10 the thickness of the home-use peeler.
これがやはり美味しさの秘密、甘さの秘密っていうことですね。皮のすぐ下の部分、ここが一番甘いんですよね。
The most delicious part, right under the peel, is used for the potato salad. This is the second secret. These peeled potatoes are then carried on a conveyor belt to the next process. Any potato eyes are removed by experienced workers. This is done manually. After carefully removing the eyes, the potatoes are put in a machine and cut into easily edible sizes. They are then moved into a different machine and steamed for about 12 minutes. How's the taste? They say the steamed potatoes taste as sweet potatoes. Now for the final process. What secret waits for us in the end? The steamed potatoes are put inside a big pot. Minced onions, carrots, and a specially made mayonnaise are added. Then everything is mixed. The third secret lies within this process. The secret is the metal bar that stirs the potato salad. It has a particular shape, but the details are a trade secret.
じゃがいものゴロッと感が十分に商品として味わっていただけるように、じゃがいもを潰さず、かつマヨネーズ、具材が均一に混ざるように設計されております。
The third secret is the unique shape of the bar. By not squashing the potatoes, the bar gives the salad a homemade feel. The secrets of 7-Eleven's Delhi mega hit, the potato salad, lie in the use of the latest technology and the company's persistence in ensuring good taste. On the other hand, Lawson, the number 2 competitor in the industry, is concentrating on deep-fried foods. The most popular, a fried chicken product, sold 70 million pieces in 6 months.
お肉が柔らかいんで、子供も食べやすいし。
ジューシーですね。
There is a place that is key to increasing sales of deep-fried food. We came to Katori City in Chiba Prefecture to find out. We were escorted to a greenhouse. They say the sales of Delhi food increase by growing vegetables. Why is that?
野菜ですね、これと一緒に買われるケースがすごく多いんですね。買い合わせの比率がすごく高いと。
For instance, the fried chicken. By combining it with fresh vegetables, it becomes a nice dish. The company's strategy is to increase the sales of deep-fried Delhi foods by selling vegetables with it, targeting those with little time to cook. Currently, the company runs 8 farms across the country. They grow radishes, tomatoes, cabbages, and so on. At these farms, they use the Nakashima method, which places heavy emphasis on the quality of the soil. This enables the vegetables to grow healthy, and they are neither bitter nor harsh. Even the Japanese mustard spinach can be eaten raw.
全然苦くないですね。もっと苦いかと思いましたけど。はい。
In addition to selling vegetables with Delhi foods, the company has one more strategy for winning the hearts of consumers. We joined their product development meeting. 6 female employees waited in the room. This is what's called a working mum meeting, which the company has been holding for several years. These women have one thing in common. They all have children. On this day, they tried a test product, chicken with tartar sauce. In order to accurately reflect the opinions of working mothers, these women were selected from various departments to give feedback.
衣は結構、油っぽい。
衣が。
なんかとろみがあるというか表面がベタベタ油吸ってるような感じになってるってことだよね。
若干ですけどしょっぱいなっていう気もしたので。食べる前にこれだけ赤くこう見えると子供にあげないっていうまず辛そう。
The women had a lot of feedback to give.
お店で買うのは私たちだけれども、私たちの後ろについてるものって旦那さんであったり子供であったり。
The company is convinced that working mothers have the hints for product development.
過去の経験とかですね、成功にとらわれてきて、 どうしてもその長年やってるとですね、偏った開発の手法だとかってことになってしまうんですけども、彼女たちのその意見もちゃんと取り入れて、そして価格もですね、この価格じゃちょっと主婦目線では買わないよねとかですね、カロリーがこんなに低いですとかですね、やっぱりワーキングママがすごく気にされているような情報なんかももっとこう盛り込んでいこうというふうに考えています。
A few days later, we return to the company's meeting room. Is the chicken with tartar sauce ready to be put on the market?
結構言われて
そうですね。はい。いろんなご意見頂戴してね、よりお客様にとっていい商品に仕上がったんじゃないかなというふうに思ってます。
This is the final product. The red pepper flakes were toned down. Deli foods sold at convenience stores are continuing to evolve.
There was such a wide variety of side dishes.
Wasn't there? And one reason is probably because of the traditional Japanese concept of ichiju sansai, which means one soup and 3 dishes. Now we have a picture over here. A traditional Japanese meal consists of rice, 1 soup and 3 dishes. Which could be meat, fish, or salad.
So it must be very difficult to cook all that, especially when you try to keep the nutrition balanced. So it's no wonder convenience store deli foods are becoming more popular.
You could say that. And with these convenience store side dishes, people would only need to prepare rice and a soup, and these side dishes only require heating, so it would be very simple. And that's why sales are increasing.
The salads only need to be opened and placed onto the plates, and other side dishes only require heating in microwaves and such.
Exactly.
Must come in handy.
I would think so. And plus, convenience stores even sell dishes that remind people of their mother's home cooking. Now, as we have a picture over here, they sell traditional home-cooked style meals in packages or packets, and this has led them to attract a different clientele. And that's how convenience stores have attracted not just the young, but families and senior citizens as well.
So I see how the elderly would consider the deli foods convenient. They get to enjoy a variety of dishes in small portions. But by the way, aren't older Japanese men who are actually traditionally minded bothered by the fact that their wives are serving ready-made foods?
That's what I would have thought too, but according to one survey, they're not that reluctant apparently. When men in their 50s and 60s were asked if it bothers them when part of their dinner is store-bought, as you can see, over 80% said no, so it doesn't really bother them.
Really? So I actually assumed that they would dislike the idea of store-bought ready-made foods, but I guess the shift in the male mentality is another reason convenience store side dishes are increasing their sales.
I think you could say that.
Well, that's it for Channel Japan Ranking. After the break, we'll be showing you a popular documentary program. Stay tuned.
Trading card games transcend generations as well as borders. Trading card games will unite the world. However, the possibilities do not simply end there. Trading card games combine the different forms of entertainment, and fun will link the world as one. Bushiroad.
Traditional.
Consistent.
Precise.
Speedy.
Professional. Innovative.
Polite. Quality from Japan. The best of business in Asia. SMBC. Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation.
Where we see nothing, there could be anything. Panasonic is putting the endless energy of the sun to work. Generating, storing, and managing energy efficiently. Helping power our daily lives.
A better life, a better world. Panasonic.
Welcome to Tokyo Skytree. This is the grand panoramic view from 450 meters. Here you experience the unforgettable. Look, enjoy, be amazed, and be awestruck. That's what Tokyo Skytree is all about. Japan's latest landmark, Tokyo Skytree.
Asia, the engine of the global economy. Japan, a regional powerhouse. And now, direct from Japan, economic news with a global impact in Chinese and English, delivered by Nikkei. Read the future, lead the economy. Nikkei, Japan's leading media for business.
You're watching Channel Japan. In our next segment, we'll introduce you to some of our popular documentary programs. From Japanese Dream by TBS, today we follow a designer and his success.
Yes, now in today's episode, we focus on Masamichi Udagawa. He's an industrial designer based in the United States. Now, this year, he was chosen by weekly newspaper The New York Observer as one of the 100 most influential New Yorkers in the past 25 years. And also on the list were former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and also Queen of Pop Madonna.
That is quite a lineup.
It is, isn't it?
Why was he chosen?
Well, he was on the list because he transformed the crime-filled New York subways into a much safer place.
Well, how did Udagawa, an industrial designer, restore safety into the subways of New York? Take a look.
The New York subway has been described as the world's worst, a dark, dirty and dangerous place. At one point in time, some stations were avoided even by regular commuters. But Masamichi Udagawa has brought the subway back to life.
Was one of the most successful projects the MTA ever did.
His way of reducing crime was not to enact a strict law or to bring in more surveillance cameras and security guards. His secret is the power of design.
人々の行動をデザインすることを通じて、より良い生活、より良い社会を実現することです。
Improving lifestyles and society, and making people happy by designing their pattern of movement. We took a look at the infinite power behind Udagawa's designs.
I have a dream.
Five million people a day use the New York subway. It operates across approximately 1,350 kilometers of track. This is longer than the direct distance between Hokkaido and Yamaguchi prefectures. Riding all the lines takes over 20 hours. The subway is a vital artery that's essential to New Yorkers' lives. Udagawa has been described as the greatest industrial designer of the New York subway. The first thing he did was bring in some automated ticket machines. Surprisingly, up until 14 years ago, there were no such machines in the New York subway.
アメリカ、ニューヨークの場合は ATM でさえ使ったことがないわけですから、どうやって機械と接したらいいのかなっていうのを考えなくちゃいけなかったわけなんですね。
There are very few vending machines in New York. Half the subway users don't have a bank account and have no idea how to use an ATM. How could they be persuaded to use ticket machines? When thinking about his design, Udagawa continued observing the way of life in New York and began to get a clearer picture.
初めにお金を入れるタイプはもうみんな大嫌いだっていうことになったんですね。 なぜかっていうと、ニューヨークのその公共の空間にある機械っていうのは壊れてるものが多いんですね。ですからお金を入れても何にも出てこないっていうことがよくあるんです。
So Udagawa designed a machine that allows people to pay after they have decided what to buy, just like shopping. A year after he began mapping out his ideas, he received an overwhelming response following a user test.
Design and fabrication of the MetroCard vending machine was one of the most successful projects the MTA ever did.
The machine Udagawa designed contains familiar conversations based on those between shop assistants and customers. One screen displays just one question. For commuters, it's extremely clear as they can follow each question and buy tickets easily. This allowed people who were not accustomed to such machines to feel more at ease. A user-friendly machine had finally been created.
Tells you everything in step-by-step how to do it. Usually nobody has a problem with it.
So you take the tokens out and everything, and over here it's super simple. You just press buttons and it comes out.
Once again, another big job related to the subway comes in. A request to design the subway cars. The crime rate in New York was at its worst in 1990. Crime on the subway in particular showed no sign of stopping, and the subway was mocked as a symbol of New York's inability to solve the problem. Over 18,000 criminal cases occurred on the subway in 1 year. Safety and security seemed far out of reach.
5 o'clock is the best. After 5 o'clock, forget it. After 5 o'clock, forget it.
Reduce crime through the power of design. Even for Udagawa, this was an unknown challenge.
意思あれば道あり。根気よくやっていけば必ず実現できる。
As he looked for ways to improve the subway, a certain theory gave him a clue. This was the broken windows theory. A car with broken windows and another with its windows intact are left to stand. 1 week later, the car with its windows is untouched, but the remaining windows in the other car are broken. Parts have been stolen and it is covered in graffiti. The theory is that ignoring small crimes would lead to more frequent and more serious crime. So Udagawa had a thought. Maybe removing the graffiti on the subway cars would help reduce crime. He observed every area of the subway cars to figure out just how to do that. He was concerned by how dark they were.
例えば車内を明るくすることによって人々の心が収まるようにする平常心を保って乗ってもらえると優しく扱ってもらえるだろう。
What he had in mind was a subway car that commuters would not want to leave graffiti on.
のっぺらな真っ白ではなくてそこにパターンを入れてやることによって例えばいたずら書きされた後もですね完全にはなかなか消えないんですね。で残ったその影みたいなものが出てこないようなパターン作ったわけなんですね。
In contrast with the walls, Udagawa thought about making the floors dark.
特に冬なんかですね床が非常に汚れるもんですからこのパターンだとあまり目立たないと。
Let's look at the difference between a previous subway car and one Udagawa designed. Although there are fewer lights in Udagawa's car, it still appears clean and bright. The floors are dark with an emphasis on black. Any dirt is certainly difficult to spot. The walls are bright and contain patterns. The contrast with the floor makes them more vivid. There is also a visual effect to make the inside appear more spacious. The design tackled the graffiti issue, but the world's worst subway had another problem.
ホームに立ってる人がこの中に手を入れてですね、ネックレスを引きちぎるとか、ハンドバッグを、盗むとか、そういう事件がいくつかあったらしくて。
If small crimes like snatching could be prevented, then surely there would be less violent crime. Udagawa came up with many designs, but after running into problems like maintenance and cost, he settled on this one.
隙間があっても、はっとこう手を伸ばすのを躊躇させるぐらいの効果はあると。
But this design was also turned down for being dangerous, as children could climb it like a ladder. To stop people snatching from the platform, Udagawa continued searching for an appropriate design and finally came up with an idea.
斜めにすることによってはしごに見えないと、登りたがるような気持ちにさせないような、衣装にしたわけなんです。
This would prevent snatching offences. The design was also given a stamp of approval by the police. In July 2000, the day came for Udagawa's subway cars to be put to use. Will New Yorkers accept his designs? As soon as the car doors opened, Udagawa was no longer nervous.
車両の中に入って、で、もう雰囲気が違うんで、パッとみんなこう見回すんですね。で、次にこう笑みが、皆さんの顔に浮かんでくると、もうそれは見てて非常に嬉しかったですね。
After this, the number of crimes on the subway, over 18,000 per year at one point, went down by around 80%. Udagawa played a part in that, and soon commuters were able to travel alone, safely, on the subway. In 2008, Udagawa invited one person to New York to whom he wanted to show his success. At the time, his mother Atsuko was in and out of hospital, so he waited for her to recover. Soon she visited New York for the first time.
先生の方から今ならば長い旅行も大丈夫だから行ってきた方がいいよ。いやうちの女房はもう嬉しくてそれこそ舞い上がってました。家族で行かれるっていうのはね幸せだなと思っています。
うちの母はよくはしゃぐ人なんで、喜んでくれてましたね。
His mother looked at her son with pride. Well done, Masamichi, she said. That was the last time he had an opportunity to make his mother happy.
これからもねみんなに喜んでもらえるねやっぱり仕事デザインをしてそれでやっぱりみんなになんか安心してもらえるようなものを作ってもらいたい。それでやっぱり周りの人をやっぱり 大事にしなきゃダメですね。人のつながりはやっぱり日本の人も外国の人もみんな一緒ですから。ただ言葉が違うだけで、これで生まれた、ね、ところが違うだけですから、僕はそれは言ってます。いや、なるほど。ありがとうございましたって感じですね。意思あれば道ありですね。まあ僕はそう思って、やってきました。もっと頑張って社会に貢献できたらいいですね。したい。頑張ってやります。
Those were brilliant ideas,
weren't they? Now, it really is truly amazing to see the power of design, and Utagawa has actually received awards not only in New York, but around from all over the world, and he's currently one of the leading industrial designers in the world.
Well, these days I see many cases where the design has made life easier or more convenient.
There are many examples. Just to show you a few, this is the wheelchair-friendly water fountain.
This one, what makes it different from a regular drinking fountain?
As you can see over here, there are handles so that you can grip onto and draw yourself closer to the fountain, and also it's designed so that you can use either hand, left or right.
So that does seem convenient for people in wheelchairs. Are there other examples you can show?
Yes, another one over here is the wavy handrail, as you can see over here.
What are the advantages of this design?
Yes, well, when going up the stairs, you can actually grip this slanting part to pull yourself up, and yes, and that's when you go up. And when you go down, you can actually lean on this horizontal part. So you can kind of lean on it like a cane or something. It'll make it easier for you to go down the stairs.
Nice. So the squiggly design is actually carefully thought out. This must be a huge help for elderlies with weak backs and joints, and for people with injuries and disabilities.
I would imagine, yes, yes.
Is there anything else?
Yes, another picture over here. It's the easy-to-use vending machine, or easier than most ones, at least.
I've used those machines a couple of times,
Have
but
you?
they really are easier to use than the conventional ones.
I quite agree. And just to explain what makes them easy to use is that there's this thing, this device over here. It allows multiple coins to be placed in at once, and there's a little shelf over here, or a rack, to place bags and personal belongings while you shop. And lastly, the dispensing slot itself is located much higher than the regular vending machine, so it's easier to pick up purchased products. You don't have to bend down.
Yes, so it's really amazing how a slight difference can make something easier to use and make our lives more convenient. I look forward to seeing more cases using the power of design. After the break, we'll be showing you an episode from our popular economics program, Gachiri Monday. Don't go away.
Hey, look at this. They're building a huge steel plant with Kobelco technology.
Kobelco? Never heard of it.
It's Japanese. They can make iron with incredible speed. What once took 8 hours can be done in just 10 minutes.
Wow, the Japanese are incredible. The country of karate.
Ha! 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 Karate has nothing to do with it.
True. The talk of the world. Kobelco.
Changing emissions from copper refineries into fertilizer. That is where Sumitomo Chemical got its start. For 100 years, we've been delivering the power of chemistry around the world. And we will continue to help make the world a better place for the next 100 years and more.
Mitsubishi Electric is helping to change the environment for the better around the world.
Green subway systems in India.
Green air conditioning systems in Singapore.
Eco changes for a greener tomorrow. Mitsubishi Electric.
Matsui and Company.
Sasuke, a new type of sports entertainment program conquering the world.
It's about human achievement and people's passions, and I think that relates to almost everybody.
From Japan to the world, Ninja Warrior, Tokyo Broadcasting System.
You're watching Channel Japan. Next, we'll introduce you to an episode from a popular Japanese economics program, Gachiri Monday by TBS. Today's theme is artisans who have received medals of honors.
Yes, now medals of honors are awarded by the Japanese government to individuals who have contributed to the welfare of society and the public, and also have contributed to our culture. And there are many medals, but the Oju Hosho, shown over here, or the medal with the yellow ribbon, is awarded to individuals who have become public role models through their diligence and skills.
Today's video shows artisans who were awarded the medal with yellow ribbon and their high level of craftsmanship. Let's take a look.
Medals of honor are awarded by the Japanese emperor every year in the spring and fall. The medal with yellow ribbon is given to individuals who, through their diligence and perseverance in their professional activities, become public role models. The only wooden barrel artisan in Japan is the recipient. What is his craft that is essential in making delicious Japanese liquor? Another recipient is a kimono maker in Gunma Prefecture. Her technique uses A bartender is also a recipient. What is his motto? Today, we take a look at recipients of the medal with yellow ribbon. Our first stop is in So City in Kagoshima Prefecture.
やっと77歳で表彰を受けられた。
やっと。
はい、やっとです。
Tatsuya Todome is the fall 2012 recipient of the medal with yellow ribbon.
何作ってらっしゃるんですか？
樽ですか。
樽。
ああ。
うわ、すごい、でかっ。はい。お父さんこれ木樽ですか？
はい、そうです。
Todome makes wooden barrels to distill shochu, a type of Japanese liquor. Using a wooden hammer to pound the bamboo ropes, he creates a barrel by securing the cedar boards without using nails. In the local Kagoshima dialect, these artisans of wooden barrels are called tankodon. And today, Todome is the only tankodon in Japan to make large barrels for shochu. Even at Shirakane Shuzo, a distillery established in 1869,
あれですか？
はい、これがTodomeさんが作られた木樽蒸留機になります。
Todome's wooden barrels are known to produce smoother shochu than that made using the standard stainless steel barrels.
日本で一人しかこの木樽を作っている方がいませんので、大変貴重なものになっております。
That's why most of the shochu distilleries in Kagoshima use Tsudome's wooden barrels. To succeed Todome, his son Yasuro left his office job 4 years ago to learn the art of making barrels.
別にこれをする人がいないからどうしてこれはなんとかせんねいかんと思っておったらもう自分でハマってもらってねああ嬉しかったですよ。
But learning the art is not easy.
とにかく見て覚えろですよね。で設計図がないんですよ。父の頭の中と手だけなんですよ。例えばこことここの幅違いますよね。はい、それも設計図はなくてだいたいこのぐらいでこのぐらいになるみたいな。
形はですね、もうの缶ですよ。
缶。
はあ。
For example, the lid is widened along the slash grain of the board. It's a trick knowing the wood will shrink. This too is based on
父の勘ですよ。
even the length and number of the cedar boards to be used are determined by intuition. The strength and the number of times the bamboo ropes are struck with the wooden hammer, these are all guided by an artisan's intuition.
いいよ、それでね。
60 years of barrel making, guided by intuition. His efforts to protect the taste of the Kagoshima shochu have finally culminated in his receiving the prestigious award. And the secret to his success?
もう私はいつも手抜きをしないこと。
手抜きをしない。
はい。もうこれが一番大事ですね。
From father to son, the disciplined work ethic is passed on to ensure the integrity of Kagoshima's traditional flavor. Next, we visit Maebashi City in Gunma Prefecture.
あ、こんにちは。
ございます。
はい、どうも。私が王子報奨を取りました川岸です。
Another fall 2012 recipient of the medal with yellow ribbon, Mieko Kawagishi introduces herself.
私は和裁の仕立てで。
和裁？
はい。
This art is called wasai.
反物、こういうふうに反物になっておりますので、これをこの形にするのが私の仕事です。また技術です。
Kawagishi won the medal for her accomplishments in wasai. We asked her apprentice what makes her extraordinary.
先生の凄さは早い。
早い。
綺麗。
綺麗。
With extraordinary speed, Kawagishi's products are beautifully sewn. We ask her to show us how she does it. Wait a second. Is she using her foot?
足使うんですか？
足使います。
え？
Normally, the artisan would clip the cloth to stretch it, but
足。
男仕立てという姿勢ですね。はい。
Kawagishi is an expert at this sewing style, traditionally reserved for men.
こう常にこう布が張れる。長い距離で張れる。ここにするともうここの本当に長い距離で張れて着物が仕立て上がるってことなんですよ。
The most critical part of wasai is to make sure that the patterns of the cloths match up perfectly. To do this, you have to keep the two cloths equally taut and sew them together. Kawagishi is a master of this male-style technique that requires full use of one's hands and feet. It was this technique that won her the award. Having had her start at 18, it wasn't until she was 31 that she finally won her first wasai skill competition. To date, she has sewn over 7,000 kimonos. We asked her the secret to her continual drive to improve.
一つこう物事を信じて信念を持って諦めずに腐らずにやっていくことが一番の私の中では大事なことかなと。
She now teaches wasai classes as well to pass on her techniques to students. Her father is very proud. Next, the Keio Plaza Hotel, Tokyo, in the capital.
あ、おはようございます。おはようございます。いらっしゃいませ。
With flawless manners, a recipient of the Fall 2012 medal with yellow ribbon, Kazuya Watanabe greets us. He is the first bartender to win the honor. So what makes his cocktails so special? We compared his skills with those of a more junior bartender. They look the same. What about the taste?
あまり変わらないですね。
How come?
同じ分量で同じ材料を使って、同じような振り方で作ってますから味が似てくるのは当然ですし、そんなに逆に変わってしまうと逆にいけないので。
What sets Watanabe apart is his original recipes. Different bars have different signature cocktails, but it's rare to make a cocktail recognizable across bars. It's hard to come up with even one, but Watanabe has under his belt 4 original cocktails that have spread widely. His trick is to focus on the harmony of flavors and the uniqueness of the cocktail. The drinks also have to have stories to tell. Take one of Watanabe's signature cocktails, Celebration, for example. He wanted a cocktail for special occasions, so he came up with a champagne-based drink, blended with raspberry and lemon juice and a splash of brandy. Watanabe has supervised numerous cocktail books and is recognized as Japan's top bartender.
長年そのバーテンダーのスタイルというんですかね、そういったものを築き上げた人たちがいらっしゃるので、僕はその今までの功績の集大成ということでいただいたんだろうなというふうに思っております。
Watanabe is ever so modest. He now works in a managerial position and is doing less bartending, but his passion for cocktails hasn't ceased. Every chance he gets, he visits bars to taste new creations by younger bartenders to continually keep up to date.
お互いをお互い認め合って、でお互いの情報交換をすることによってやっぱり自分の幅を広げていこうっていう。
What is the secret to being Japan's number 1 bartender?
やはりその誠実に仕事をしていくという。
誠実。
そうですね。はい。もう仕事に就く前の人間としてのですね、その誠実さというものはしっかり持ってないといけないなというふうに思ってます。はい。
So we just show the medal with yellow ribbon, but there are altogether 6 medals of honor in Japan, aren't there?
Yes, there are. Now we have a picture over here. These are the 6, and they're all in different colors. And
What are they awarded for?
Yes, the medal with the red ribbon over here is awarded to individuals who have risked their own lives to save the lives of others.
I remember a 13-year-old boy being awarded this medal for rescuing a drowning child from a river in 2011.
Yes, that's the one, and he was the youngest to ever receive this medal. And the medal with the green ribbon over here is awarded to morally remarkable individuals who have actively taken part in serving society. And then there's the medal with the purple ribbon, and it's awarded to scholars and scientists with a long history of research, and also to engineers and others who have led to innovation and development of their field. And this medal is also awarded to individuals in the arts and Olympic medalists who have notable accomplishments.
When this medal with purple ribbon is awarded, it's always covered heavily on the news. So I think many Japanese people are very well acquainted with it.
That could be the case. Now, also the medal with the blue ribbon over here, awarded to individuals who, through remarkable effort, have made significant achievements in the areas of education and medicine and other fields. And also over here is the medal with the dark blue ribbon, and it's awarded to individuals who have made generous donations and financial contributions to the well-being of the public.
So how much donations are needed to be eligible?
Yes, if it's an individual, they must donate over $50,000 to public organizations and such. And if the donor is a group or such as a company, the criteria of eligibility is set at over $100,000.
Well, when someone is awarded such medals, do they receive a monetary reward?
No, there's no monetary reward, and the medal and its honor itself are the rewards.
Well, even without a monetary reward, it must be such an encouragement for people like the artisans we showed today to have their achievements acknowledged. Well, that's it for this edition of Channel Japan. We have much more for you next week, so make sure you tune in.
As the future evolves, Toyota is envisioning a more interconnected life where information and energy flow seamlessly throughout the globe. The road ahead will require diverse and eco-friendly mobility solutions. It is on this path that our small choices lead to big changes. Life. Connected. Toyota.
How do we build sustainability into our relationship with Mother Earth? That's Kaiteki, Mitsubishi Chemical Holdings.
My parents work at a really great company, which makes cool computers and LCD TVs. Not only that, they build elevators for skyscrapers and zooming fast bullet trains. My mom designs the company's CT scan systems, which spot diseases. My dad develops power generation systems so people will have plenty of electricity. The company where my parents work is Toshiba.
Has anybody finished doing their pictures? I have.
All around the world, Toshiba technology is hard at work, bringing smarter, faster, more sustainable development to life.
When I grow up, I want to work for people.
For a growing future, Toshiba.
Channel Japan, your source for the voices and views of people and businesses across Japan. The latest reports on Japanese companies, culture, and technology. Find out what's happening on the ground. Every week, direct from Tokyo, Channel Japan.